Hey, everybody, welcome back. It is week 8, and we are moving into a new module, which is very exciting. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at what's happening in this week. All right, so as usual, I want to start with the calendar because we're orienting ourselves. Like I said, we're in week 8, so we are heading into finally the founding of the United States of America. Kind of, I guess, an appropriate day for it, since today is Columbus Day, but more popularly known now as Indigenous Peoples Day, for many good logical reasons. We are going to be reading a lot of the texts that were written by the founding fathers. Now, of course, the founding fathers also, very much like Columbus, have a lot of things in their biographies that may be problematic. But the writings of the founding fathers, of course, are the foundation of our country. And there's a lot of really interesting and forward-thinking philosophies that we see in the early days of the US. Now, this module is also going to contain some readings by Emerson and Thoreau, who, of course, come much later than the truly early days in America. So kind of like the ancient roots, we throw Shakespeare in, we're throwing Emerson and Thoreau in to this module, just for organization's sake. It makes sense. As usual with this module, you kind of have two assignments. One is a discussion board and the other is a paper. You'll also have a quiz at the end of this one, which is not hard, I promise. You'll be fine. But this module will last us the next 3 weeks, so it's a little bit shorter than module 2. So this week, you're going to be looking at selections from the Federalist Papers and, of course, the two major founding documents, the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. Most of you will have read one or both of those before, but this is a good chance to kind of really dig into them and see what they're all about. And then you're going to complete, of course, discussion board 4 for this week. So let's take a look at that. And then we'll think about Emerson and Thoreau next week. All right, so we finished module 2. Module 3, our overview and objectives, of course, is we're continuing to do some of the things that we've been doing in a new period of time, essentially. So our learning materials, of course, include the usual stack of books. And then this week, you're going to be focused on the first 3 items. When you click on that link, it'll take you directly to the early days in America. So this week, you're going to read this section called the Federalist Papers, the Declaration of Independence, and of course, the Constitution. So you can see there's quite a few things that you can look at with the Federalist Papers. I obviously do not expect you to necessarily read every single item on this list because there are a lot of them, but I do want you to explore as much as you can. I would also maybe look at, who is writing what. We're all familiar now because of the musical with Alexander Hamilton. James Madison, of course, is an important figure in this. Some of these are written by both of them. So, you can kind of take a look there and get a sense of those 2 major figures. And of course, Jay, we have some from Jay as well. But mostly the Federalist Papers were dealing with Alexander Hamilton and James Madison. So take a look at those. We have the full text. If the more you want to dig into them, the better. But of course, you do not feel like you have to read every single one because that would be a lot. So then for the assignment this week, your discussion board this week is called Foundations of America. And of course, it talks about the controversies. While the founding fathers of the United States are not without controversy, the writings of the time and the establishing documents of our country created something special and unique. So you're going to be writing about why these documents are still important and how can we resolve the potential issues with the men-heavy language, the omission of people of color and women from the discussion. And excuse me, as usual, 3 to 5 paragraphs. Got to be an essay for full credit. And you need to have some depth. You need to have some quotations from the works. You don't have to have internal citation. I would love it if you would do it just for practice. And also, of course, adding a works cited page, but or list. It's not really a page. But that's going to be your discussion board this week as we go into the founding fathers. All right. So as usual, if you've got any questions, let me know. I know that we're still, a couple of folks are still catching up things from Ian, which is fine. If you run into more problems with that or need extra time beyond what you already have, let me know. But we should be fine. I think we're almost caught up. So, but reach out if you need any extra time or extra help with it. All right. So everybody take care. Have a great Indigenous Peoples Day. I'll see you soon.